Well, hello everybody. Welcome back once again to JJ's PC Builds. This is JJ right here with you. What we're going to be talking about, no, this is going to be a subject that's going to be touched about, but we're going to bring it back up again because there seems to be a lot of people having a little bit of confusion about what to do with the AMD RX 7900 XTX, the Founders Edition. What I mean by Founders Edition, that means you purchased it from AMD. You got the first version that you paid the cheap amount for. Okay, that's the version I'm talking about. Not the ones from the AIB partners. And what I mean by AIB partners is this, like Asus, Gigabyte, MSI, EVGA. If they're not selling them, but you get the point. Those are the AIB partners. You know, if you bought it from Amazon, if you bought a Founders Edition from Amazon, I really can't touch on that. Because I've been hearing people returning stuff to Amazon and waiting so long for the RMAs to be handled. They're just not being handled. But if this is going to be the thing, if you want to reach out to AMD and their RMA department. I'm sure, just go to AMD.com. And I'm sure there's a tab up there, for the RMA. So, you know what? What we're going to do is we're going to investigate that ourselves. How about that? We'll investigate it ourselves and see if we can get to it. And I'm going to take y'all along with me. So, here we go. We're going to go ahead and type in AMD.com. And we're going to go to AMD site. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to download and support. Support. Technical warranty and help. You got a warranty support. Um, See, it's not hard to get to their warranty department. It depends on if it's like if you got, let's say, they got a place to where you can do the warranty service too. You could reach out to AMD. Just to let you know, you can reach out to AMD and go from there. But it kind of looks confusing in the beginning, but I'm sure you can reach out to them. I'm sure they'll have an email somewhere. See, that would have been the smart thing. If they're doing RMAs, then to me, if I go to support, there should be some kind of better support, instead of, you got technical warranty and help. But with that, I think they should have put an email address with it, so that way, people can type in their specifics of what's going on and you need help and stuff like that. I would have been a little bit proper in the beginning, especially when I open up this first page. Should not be a page of where and when and why and how. That should have been back on the last page, but this is their site. You know, they have a warranty support. You know, you can, if you bought your card from AMD, then this would be right here, sold on AMD.com. And if you bought it from a partner, then, you know, you go from there. So, you know, just follow along. You know, where it says my Radeon graphic processor product was purchased and sealed at retailer package product. So it'll tell you continue with the manufacturer, you know, and then give you all the instructions. Oh, that's bogus. Okay, well, let's do this. Since it doesn't do it on their website, we'll type in AMD RMA returns. Okay. So basically, you can create an account and you can sign in and go from there. Okay. So this is the AMD service portal for customers. I was sorry I took y'all in the wrong direction. I thought it would just be something to where you can go on their website and then boom. But it looks like they got a customer service portal. I'll make sure I leave that portal description or the URL in the description below. How about that? So that way you can see and go from there for the warranty service portal. So that way, you know, you can sign in and get with them and go from there. I'm not going to go beyond this point, but I would imagine you can go beyond this point, and this is where you can start. If you don't trust the fact of Amazon or Newegg, you know, RMAing your card, then make sure you have your receipt, the purchase price, and where you purchased it from, and so on and so forth. Everything that they recommend for you to do, for you to upload proof that you bought this card. So this way they can take and turn around and send you out a box. And then you can put, you know, your video card in the box with the return, shipping return, and get it right to AMD. I would imagine they would be nice enough to not cost the consumer on shipping and stuff like that. But don't quote me on it. I don't know what AMD is doing at this point far as the RMA returns. But I can bring you to the portal, and you can leave a comment below and see how far that goes, if you want to go that route. Or if Amazon, you try to get it back with Amazon to get your money back and Amazon screwed you, you can leave that comment below too. Because, you know, you need to let everybody know, you know, how much crap they put you through. Make sure you comment below and let me know what kind of crap they're putting you through for you to get your money back so you can get something else that's a lot better. But there's a lot of people RMAing their AMD RX 7900 XTX, but they're also saying too there's no problems with the XT version of it. XTX version, there's a problem. XT version, there's no problem. Don't quote me on it, but I'm sure something will come up about the XT version soon enough. So I'm waiting to see that. Far as I hear right now, just to let y'all know, as far as that, I'm not hearing too much on the XT version. But it's all about the XTX version overheating. Now, if you go watch the videos from Chris Fix, he did a fix for DeBauer's RX 7900 XTX and found corrosion underneath the MOSFET chips, the memory chips. Found corrosion under the memory chip, found corrosion under the GPU die, what caused the card not to, register, and everything else caused a whole bunch of problems, So I think there's a little bit more problem with the RX 7900 XTX. Pete, I got a comment about it. They're not sure what they want to do about it. Look, if the PCB is tested and everything runs good, but it just runs hot, 9 out of 10 chances it could be poor connections from the chips to the PCB. The pads, there could be poor connection from the pads to the PCB, causing cold spots, what they call cold solder joints, which can cause a little bit of corrosion by electrolysis. So with you using the card, it's causing a static in between there, causing an electrolysis and taking the air molecules and heating it up, turning it white, and then after that, after the oxidation part, turns it into a corrosive material like battery acid. So basically, I'm not trying to scare you, this is basically the Q&A process of it. Starts out if it's making poor connection from the die to the PCB, there's an air gap, and in that air gap it causes oxidation because there's a spark in between there, not a spark you can really see, but a physical static, in which that causes oxidation. And then after the oxidation, just like if you put distilled water into a battery after 24-hour charging, turns it into battery acid, and then causes a corrosion. But this is on a molecular scale, so it will cause a corrosion on the pads and cause it to separate, and then after a little while of using, you lose contact. So like I said, make sure you got your soda and your popcorn available. You know how things go around here. But I'm not going to make this a long video, y'all. My opinion, if your card's working 100% functional and there's no problem with the memory or anything else, and it's running, you tested it, it's running golden, but the junction temperatures are running too hot, then that could be, we know it's the cooler. The cooler doesn't have enough coolant in it to keep the die cool on all edges, all 4 edges that it has. So by having to turn it up on its side causes the fluid to roll to the bottom. But when you don't have enough fluid in there, if you don't have enough fluid in there, it's only going to reach up to half of the die. So basically your hot spot in the middle is going to get roasted because it doesn't have enough cooling texture right there for it to actually cool it off. So there's 2 possible causes and there's 1 effect. One, you can test once you open it up, and I'm going to remind you, if you open your card up, you will lose your warranty. Okay? Unless you RMA it and send it back, you open it up yourself, you'll lose your warranty. they'll automatically strip your warranty away from you. Because they'll know if you open that card up or not, because everything's in a certain position, and they have these little stickers on. If you break the seal on the stickers, they'll notice it. If you strip on the screws, they'll notice it, and blah blah blah. If you don't know you don't know if it's good or not, run some bench tests, see where your hottest spots are, and then after that, you can get opinions from people, ask them, and think, hey, what are you gonna do? Me, if it's overheating the junction temp at 110 degrees Celsius, I'm not gonna keep the card. I'll tell you that, because not even this Ryzen 5 5600G, that temp in the center of the die does not even reach over 67 degrees Celsius. It doesn't even, this CPU does not reach anywhere near 90 degrees Celsius. I mean, I clocked it out 67 to about 71 degrees Celsius. And that's it. And that's with full use of the CPU and the GPU all in one, built onto the processor, because it's all in one. But as far as you spending all that money trying to get a decent GPU, graphics card, discrete graphics card, I would return it. And find something better. Seriously, hands down, if you got the XTX version, and this is going to be bad for me to say this, but I would have recommended it. I would have said I would have went to the RTX 4070 Ti before I would have went to the AMD RX 7900 XTX. As bad as for me to say that, being, I love AMD stuff. I really do. But as far as the driver software and everything else, I'm starting to have my doubts. Until they can prove different, and I see different on this inner boob, I'm going to start shifting my mind over there to NVIDIA. But as far as processor wise, that was graphics card wise. Processor wise, I'll probably stay with AMD for the simple fact that I've never had a problem with their processors. They run good for me, so I've never had a problem with their processors. But now you all know how the RMA, how you can get to the RMA. I'll make sure I leave that link down below. But if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. What I mean by watch hours is this. The more you watch the videos, the more hours gets added on to the JJ's PC Builds family channel. So we're trying to build up the channel to get it to 1,000 hours, 4,000 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. By the end of the year, hopefully I'll have 100,000 subscribers and 400 to a million watch hours by the end of the year. So that's the goal I'm at right now. And if y'all want to see live, you want to do some live Q&A on this channel, leave a comment below. Leave it in the description of this channel. Let me know if you want to do some live Q&A. I'll be more than happy to do that. We'll find the best day to do it, that everybody can take and sit back and they got an hour on their squirrel to be here and have Q&A with me, be more than happy to do it. But anyway, I don't want the video to get too long, so until the next time in the next video, this is JJ, your boy. We will see you on the next one.